Dude, are we going left or right? Left, left, right, right, right. Welcome back to Agent MiniMan. Today's episode, Aviation, Onward. So our poll today, for our last day with polls throughout the episode, which airline would you be most likely to fly next? Our options, Delta, JetBlue, Southwest, US Airways, American Airlines, United Airlines, or something else that you can post and specify in the comments below. So, as you know, it's Friday, the final day of week 1 of Agent MiniMan, and the final day of the poll lasting the entire episode. On Monday, I will revert back to having the poll only last the last 5 minutes or so, and I'll give all the research before the poll starts. So, as normal, I will start with my little research tabs here. I have Delta Airlines, call sign Delta. It commenced operations 85 years ago on June 17th, 1929. It was actually founded 5 years before that, 90 years ago, in Macon, Georgia. Pretty sure it's Macon, but you know, whatever. Their frequent flyer program is Sky Miles. Their airport lounge is Delta Sky Club. Their fleet size is currently 753, and their slogan is Keep Climbing. They're based in Atlanta, Georgia. Currently, all their stocks are heading up. They have as of 2013, they have 77,755 employees, which is probably more because they've been expanding a lot. And that was last year. And they're currently somewhere around, their operating income is at $10 billion. Their total assets is at $52 billion. So overall the revenue is $37 billion. These are big companies. I learned that while I was doing all this research. JetBlue was founded not too long ago, February 1999. Company slogan, You Above All, frequent flyer program, True Blue, fleet size, 197. Their revenue is, all their stocks are going up, except they lost assets last year, because of a crash of one of their planes. They're based in Long Island City, New York, and they have 15,000 employees. Southwest Airlines, call sign Southwest. Oh, yes, sorry, I forgot to mention that. JetBlue is the call sign of JetBlue. Southwest is the call sign of Southwest Airlines. They were founded on March 16th, 1967, and commenced operations 4 years later in 1971. Their frequent flyer program is Rapid Rewards. They have Airways as a subsidiary. Their fleet size is 601. Company slogan, If it matters to you, it matters to us. Their headquarters is in Dallas, and they are at, let's see here, $754 million in net income and total assets of $20 billion. They have 45,000 employees, all as of 2013, and stocks all going up. US Airways, founded in 1937 with no official date. It was originally called All American Aviation. Frequent flyer program is Dividend Miles. Their airport lounge is the US Airway Club. Their subsidiaries are Piedmont Airways and PSA Airlines. Their fleet size is 350, and their company slogan is Fly With Us. And they're based in Tempe, Arizona. Their call sign is Cactus. It's the only one of our options today that is not the company, which I figured because they can't really have US as their call sign. I originally wondered why they had it as Cactus and not something airline related until I saw that they were based in Tempe, which were in the middle of a desert, so what goes in a desert? Cactus. And then our next option, American Airlines. I actually really like their logo. Call sign, American. Founded in 1930 as American Airways instead of Airlines. Commenced operations in 1934. Their frequent flyer program is A Advantage. Their fleet size is 631. And their company slogan is "The New American is Arriving." Their headquarters is in Fort Worth, Texas, and they have no stats on their money because I'm pretty sure they declared bankruptcy last year, and they're merging with U.S. Airways, excuse me. And then United Airways. So their call sign is United. They were founded April 6, 1926 as Varney Airlines. Commenced operations on June 30th, 1927 as Boeing Air Transport, and then again in March 28th, 1931 as their current name, United Airlines. Their airport lounge is the United Club. Frequent flyer program is Mileage Plus. They have a fleet size of 609, and they're based in Chicago. All their stocks except their equity are going up, and they have total assets of $37.628 billion in income. With that, that's all of our current options. Now, with this book, it often talks about the thoughts that go through people's mind when they first get on a plane, like, oh, what is going to happen to me? This could be seriously bad. But then they're comforted with that thought of, oh, what's the worst that could happen? And then there was that day when that question was answered. With the talk about planes, I would also like to recognize all that can happen with these things. These things are dangerous. In this book, it explains how they're built to last 30 plus years, where the average car doesn't last 10, and their standard is so high that even with that, there's still really bad things that happen with these. I mean, each of these airlines, I scroll down to the bottom, and their incidents and accidents over their lifetime is 30 plus on each company, and we have 7 companies here. So the biggest one of history, which I saw this thing, it's a sci-fi novel called The Day the Earth Stood Still. It was turned into multiple movies, and I think The Day the Earth Stood Still, the only day that would ever really happen was this day. You know what I'm talking about. September 11, 2001, 8:15 local time, the United Airlines crashes into WC2. 15 minutes later at 9 a.m., the American Airlines hits the second, and then the Pentagon, then a field near Shanksville, Pennsylvania. Total deaths are near 3,000, and the non-fatal injuries are 6,000 plus. Now, the 2 on my list of options today, 2 of them are out of alphabetical order, and those are American Airlines and United Airlines, because these 2 companies basically hit 0 the day after that happened. On September 11, 2001, the American Airlines stock was full blast at $50 each stock. It was the top that the company had ever had. Next day, Wednesday, September 12th, 2001, stock was only worth about 8 cents. And their whole company's worth went from 20 million all the way down to 3.5. Then with United, whose 2 planes also went down in that, they went from having a $30 stock and a $50 million net worth to just 20. Now, obviously, American Airlines was far more greatly impacted by this, and it says down here, it has the early history, the fleet, the cabin, and the corporate affairs, and then it also has their company history for each decade. 2000s, Robert Crandall, which was the current CEO of the company, left in 1998 and was replaced by Ronald J. Carty, who negotiated the purchase of a near-bankrupt Trans-World Airlines that would file for bankruptcy as part of the purchase agreement, and its hub in April of 2001. American Airlines began losing money in the economic downturn that followed the September 11, 2001 attacks, in which 2 of its planes were destroyed. Carty negotiated wage benefits agreements with unions, but resigned after union leaders discovered he was planning to award executive compensation packages at the same time. So his trust funds were undermined, and they were planning to revamp the whole airline in February of 2002. That actually happened, but it was in July of 2002 instead of February, where all of their planes were redone with the new logo and the interiors redone. But all of this giant money downturn, they were forced to declare. They actually held out for a full decade, and they declared bankruptcy late last year, and they're soon merging with U.S. Airways, which is in full stable condition. United Airways being the main supported airline for the Olympic Committee, which has a boost every 2 years, seeming as though 2001 was not one of those. In the Salt Lake Olympics of 2002, it was able to recover from its $30 million loss, and was basically a full status quo. They were fully recharged, basically, by the end of 2002. However, as we can tell with American hasn't recovered yet. This episode is actually going to last the full 15 minutes, probably because of my extra thing that I put on there. Once again, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All the links to all of the airlines are in the description below. In my previous videos, I called it the comments. I'm so sorry. It is the description. You can post your vote in the comments, and please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I have a logo contest along with new music for my intro that can be sent to the email right here. And with that, goodbye.